Hello again and welcome to a really sunny day in Scotland. It's Ben Nevis and yeah, it's grim. We've got another, as the title suggests, review of a Musher harness, but it's not a running harness this time, it's the Spartan harness. Thanks again to Sporty Paws for lending us one for each of our dogs this time. Here's Catherine. Have you been on a video before? This is Catherine. She's not been on a video before and she probably won't say anything. Oh, we already said something. Okay. So this is a canicross and kind of trekking walking harness. Super adjustable. So this is the chest piece. As we've come used to before, it's really well padded under there. There's not a lot. I mean, design wise, it's pretty standard for this type of harness. It's got a handle, which is nice. Probably have to use that later on. And interestingly, all of our dogs are in the medium size, which I think it's the first time they've all been in the same size harness because they're that adjustable. They only do 3 sizes. The small is kind of like mid-sized collie and lower. The medium, which this is larger collie up to, I'm guessing, kind of medium shepherds, and then large as anything above that. So there, the guys are in the van. Hey guys, we ready? Gimmy's not ready. Nanook's ready. So yeah, it's a lovely day. We're probably going to go and get rained on even more. We've been waiting for a sunny day to do this and it's not happened. So yeah, let's get these dogs out onto the trail and we'll catch up then. Stop. Okay, so what you just saw, that took place a year and a month ago. That was November 2018. It is now Christmas 2019 and we've still not reviewed these harnesses. Why? There was a problem. There was a big problem with those particular harnesses, and that was that they needed readjusting literally every 5 minutes. So we didn't release a review, we didn't write a review, even though we said we would, because, well, no one wants a bad review, right? So we left it until now. A month ago, a year to the day pretty much, that we shot the video that you nearly saw. We were sent 3 new harnesses, 3 brand new redesigned harnesses, and we were going to go do it again all on the same day. Except this time the weather was better and the harnesses were better. So we didn't film an intro when we were out. It was a lot busier this year because the weather was better, and as a result this is kind of your intro now. I'm not going to go over the harnesses right now. You're going to get all the thoughts from the video and we'll do a little bit of talking over so you get a better idea of what's what. So these Musher Spartan harnesses are fully adjustable multi-sport style harnesses geared towards canicrossing, bike joring and dog trekking. With a bit of an extra emphasis on tackling challenging obstacles with your dog, obstacle courses and that sort of thing, hence the large handle on the dog's back. As with everything we've seen from Musher so far, the quality on these harnesses was excellent on both tests. Although there was a problem with the adjusting buckles on the first test that stopped us from reviewing them properly the first time round, the actual build quality, with that exception, which was a big exception, so you need to make sure if you are interested in these, you go for the newer variants, but the actual the material and the craftsmanship on the harness itself was very, very good. With that buckle issue now being completely resolved, I'd say these are just a really high quality product, especially considering their price point. This review is going to be broken down into a few key sections to help you understand more about what these harnesses are and where they sit among their competitors. Without doing head-to-head tests suggesting that these are either better or worse than a specific other harness or brand would be completely unfair. So everything here will be to give you an indication of their performance within the harness market as a whole. So we're about halfway to the top of Cow Hill now, and those first impressions are pretty good actually. Kimmy's had a bit of an issue. Well, he's yelped in pain a couple of times, I'm not sure why. He seems fine now. I kind of gave the harness a run round just with my hands to see if there was anything there, and it felt fine. He's not done it since. He did it twice in quick succession, nothing since, so either something was twisted or it was not related to the harness at all. There was a foot issue. Nanook's growling at a balloon moving in the distance because he's special. Please ignore that. So yeah, halfway up, impressions are good. Everyone's pulling well in them, I say, except for the slight issue with Kimmy, although he's been pulling since, so not a problem. Fit is good compared to last time. They're not opening up, as far as I can tell yet. We'll give them a proper once over when we get to the top, and just, you know, for now, enjoy the lovely views. First part to discuss is their market position. As we've said already, this sits very much in the multi-sport stroke short back style harness category, and it marks highly in all of the kind of key areas you'd look for when you're looking for a harness, so price, quality and fit. I won't say that this harness is as good a fit as a custom made to measure harness, and the reason I don't believe that it's possible for a adjustable harness to be as good as a made to measure one is that there are considerations that can be taken during a made to measure harness that simply can't be done with an adjustable one, because it will vary so much between different dogs. That said, this is an amazingly adjustable harness, and the end result, once you've adjusted and played with it quite a few times in iteration, getting it right, you can get it fit to a really good level. As for its suitability, as a trekking harness, I am really very impressed. The weight and adjustment and the control handle are all exactly the sort of things I look for in a trekking harness. Something that gives dogs more comfort over performance, because inevitably it's something to be worn for a longer period of time, and that extra control just make descending that bit easier, and potentially for us is a lot less faff, so we wouldn't have to stop and put them in head collars on short severe descents and that sort of thing. As for Canicross and Bitejaw, if you wanted one harness to do everything, then this probably is it. But as a dedicated Canicross or Bitejaw harness, I think the Seppala harness that we reviewed a couple of years ago definitely wins out for me, especially for northern breeds. There's nothing wrong with the Spartan in this regard, but I don't believe it's optimised to get the most out of a dog's running and gait at speed. And there's also additional material with the handle and the adjustment points, which I fear if you were really pushing it in any of these sports, they're liable to get snagged and caught on things. So it's not something that would be an immediate concern. I just think if you were training, if you wanted a harness just for those sports, I think there are slightly more appropriate choices, but it's certainly capable of doing these. So if you want something for everything, absolutely go for it. Again, on the switch side to saying that it's not the absolute ideal, if I was considering to Bitejaw somewhere that was maybe a little busier and I thought there was a likeliness to have to dismount and keep the dog next to me under control while we negotiated traffic with other trail users, I absolutely would use the Spartan harness in this scenario. The additional handle and the shorter back style makes it just perfect for keeping more control in those situations. So I wouldn't maybe want it as a dedicated race training harness, but as a day-to-day more casual Bitejaw or Canicross user, I think this would be absolutely perfect.